With the help of Penny and Jack Meyer, as well as Mrs. Genevieve, a gentle old watchmaker, Reuben sets out to bring down the smoke and put to rest a secret that's been haunting the world for decades. Hey guys, welcome back to Good Clean Reads. I'm glad you're joining me for today's review, which is for The Secret Keepers, written by Trenton Lee Stewart. The Secret Keepers is about a boy named Reuben who lives in a city called New Umbra, a city unofficially ruled, because no one talks about it, by an unseen menace known as the Smoke. The Smoke has run the city to the ground, sending his directions out to patrol the streets or summoning people to meet with the counselor if he thinks they have information he wants. Reuben loves to hide and to climb and to explore. One day, while he's doing just that, he discovers a beautiful yet unusual watch hidden carefully on a building ledge high above the street below. Hoping to use it to provide for himself and his mother, Reuben brings the watch to an antique shop, only to discover that there are some very powerful and dangerous people after his watch. Following a clue on the watch case, Reuben travels to Point William to meet the Meyer family, an incredibly good, larger-than-life family who has waited decades for something like this to happen. After learning the secret behind the watch, Reuben realizes he's become embroiled in something much bigger than himself. With the help of Penny and Jack Meyer, as well as Mrs. Genevieve, a gentle old watchmaker, Reuben sets out to bring down the smoke and put to rest a secret that's been haunting the world for decades. So that's the summary of The Secret Keepers. When I was younger, my absolute favorite series was The Mysterious Benedict Society. So when I discovered that Trenton Lee Stewart had written another book, I was thrilled to get to read it. And it felt like a Trenton Lee Stewart book. It has somewhat the same style of writing. He likes to make use of noticing things a lot of people wouldn't in his stories. I really like the way he writes characters. A lot of them are in their positions because they're different from those around him. Like Reuben notices things others don't. He still hides and climbs and explores. And he has more concerns than the average 11-year-old. Because of his unique talents, he found the watch. Because he wanted to provide for himself and his mother, he found himself in this mess. Penny's a Meyer, and the Meyer family is known for being different. First off, they've been guarding a secret about this watch for generations. And second, they're known for being an extremely morally good family, almost irritatingly good. It's said in the book that they never drink wine, lie or cheat, everyone eats properly, exercises, works out, is helpful, etc. And they've kept this up despite being teased because they know that the secret they've been guarding, whichever Meyer it comes to, has to be morally upright to properly handle it. And so Penny ends up in this position because she feels like it's her duty to help Reuben with this watch. And Jack is different from the rest of the Meyer family. He's a liar, a thief, an incomparable actor, and has a desperate longing to escape where he's at. It's because of this that these three end up on this adventure. And there are other characters that get roped in because of their difference. Mrs. Genevieve refuses to be an informant to the directions because she knows that would help further wrong, and Officer Warren won't look the other way when the government steals from and hurts people. He wants to help people. Many characters make the decision to do what's right, even at a cost. And I think it's cool that main character Reuben wrestles with right at wrong at a point in the story. He knows that stealing from the directions would be wrong, but he also knows that the directions have been stealing money from business owners. He despises them, but he isn't really sure he wants anything awful to happen to them either, because he knows these are people with lives of their own. And so he works through that. And I think that's pretty cool, especially to have in a children's book. And then the relationships in the story are also pretty cool. Reuben very clearly loves his mother dearly, and a lot of what he does is motivated by his desire to keep her safe. And for all that Jack is, he very clearly loves his little sister and will do almost anything for her. He makes sacrifices just to help her. All right, now for a quick summary of content concerns. This book was pretty clean, and one thing to mention is that when I write these reviews, I do read the book somewhat laser focused on looking for content concerns so I can write the review. So it always seems like there's a lot, but often when they're a course of the story, they're really easy to kind of gloss over or miss. And sometimes it sounds worse, not in the context of what's going on. For Christian or other beliefs, it's not a Christian book. Fate is mentioned. It said that the city was born under a promising star. Mrs. Genevieve and Reuben do get help from a church, and the secret of the clock comes from an alchemist who made a powerful type of metal that could bend light. Legend held that whoever had both clocks would be immortal, but that proved to be untrue. So there really isn't any romance in this book at all, except for a joke about Reuben being a little young to propose marriage. There's not really any violence either. There's a chase with Reuben in the smoke, but no actual fighting. For language, it's pretty clean. God's name is taken in vain 3 times, unfortunately. The word Dickens is used. It's said that Jack swore under his breath, but there's no actual swearing. Someone asks when a character is changing because they got really wet, someone asks if he's going to be naked, which the answer is no. And then there's just a couple other things, but you can see like a full list of what's there for the other language stuff on my blog, along with a full list of all the content concerns, because I'm just skimming right now or summarizing. And then for other things to know, Reuben cares for his mother a lot, and he ends up not telling her the truth about a lot of things, in part because he doesn't want her to worry, and part of it's probably because he doesn't want her to tell him to stop, because he knows she wouldn't want him exploring the city or climbing buildings, etc. He actually goes so far as to wash his clothing before she comes back, so she doesn't know he was exploring the city. A couple other characters lie as well. Jack lies a lot, including to law enforcement, because they have to keep the watches a secret. There's somewhat the idea of this is something only the kids can do, so don't let the adults know. They do tell one adult who does help them, but there is somewhat that idea. After fainting, someone drinks a little brandy to help. And then there are a few other things, but that's like a summary of some of the stuff. It's a pretty clean book, and I enjoyed it. It's both enjoyable and layered enough to where older kids or adults would enjoy it, but can also think about the story. It has wonderful characters and an enjoyable plot. So I definitely recommend reading Secret Keepers. Thank you so much for watching this review for The Secret Keepers. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, I'd love it if you check out my other reviews. And if you go to my blog, goodcleanreads.com, this video is in blog form along with discussion questions and all of the content concerns, because I didn't list every single one in this video. I just did kind of like a summary. But if you liked the video, I'd appreciate if you would share it, subscribe to my channel, like this video, comment more books you think I should review, all that good stuff. Thank you for watching, and bye.